How's it going, my fellow collectors? I'm back again, this time with a kind of a special treat. I'm going to show you guys my entire collection updated as of today, which is April 12th, 2018. Now, I meant to shoot this collection video on the 6th, celebrating the 2-year anniversary of the channel, but was kind of busy with the whole week with work and such. So I decided to hold it off until today. So stick with me, guys, and we will start the tour of the collection. Okay, starting off with the first shelf on the very top of one of my Detolfs is the Dark Knight shelf. So starting off in the front, you have the DX01 Heath Ledger Joker from the Dark Knight with a DX11 head sculpt. Nothing much changed on him since my last collection update video. He is sporting the DX11 tie. Still one of my favorites, this figure. And then behind him you got the DX12 Dark Knight Batman figure. So there is one more modification that I plan on doing with that figure. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please do so. That way you'll get a notification when I do my update on this figure, and you'll find out what it is. Next we have the Dark Knight Batman Armory Bruce Wayne. So that's that shelf, and we'll move on to the next shelf. So now we have the Zack Snyder DC Universe figures. Let's start off in the front center. We have the Batman vs. Superman. I don't plan on getting the Justice League Superman, even though the colors of the suit are more accurate to the comic book than this figure is. I'm still happy with this figure. The only thing I might do is get the light up heat vision head sculpt from the Justice League Superman. But that's maybe. I'm not for sure yet with that. Still loving this cape though that they put on him. One of the best capes, probably the only cape that was really good that Hot Toys made on their figures. And then next we have behind Superman is the Batman vs. Superman Batman. I still think that this figure was the best figure that came out during that year that it came out. Got him holding his Batarang there. Yeah, everything on this figure was awesome except for the cape was a little lacking. So, and then right next to him we have Harley Quinn from Suicide Squad with the backdrop. That head sculpt is from the prison version of Harley Quinn. something that a lot of figure collectors are doing, putting that head on this body like I did. And that cell phone that she has is also from the prison version Harley Quinn. There's one more modification I plan on doing on her as well. You guys will just have to wait and see what that is. Subscribe to my channel to find out. Plug. Ha. Kidding. Anyways, moving on to the next figure. So next we have the Batman vs. Superman Hot Toys exclusive battle damaged armored Batman from Batman vs. Superman. It's another great figure. I love the head sculpt, everything that they did with it. The accuracy is really good to Ben Affleck. And then you got the light up spear, which is also awesome. The details of the damage they did on the armor is pretty awesome as well. The cape is not too shabby either. They got battle damage on that too. It's all torn up with holes in it. Yeah, really great figure, but I don't know if I plan on keeping it. I may be selling it soon simply because I don't have enough room to spare, and I do plan on getting other figures that are more of my taste. Not to say that this is a bad figure, but I just don't have enough room. Okay, so we'll move on. Stick with me, guys. Okay, so next we have, from the next shelf down from the DC characters, we have the first shelf of Marvel characters. So starting off front and center again, we have the X-Men Origins Wolverine. Now it's mostly Hot Toys. The only difference is the head sculpt. This head sculpt, if you guys are new to my channel, it's made by 11. I just had to replace the Hot Toys head sculpt simply because this head sculpt just blows that one right out of the water. It's like 100 times better than the Hot Toys version. I think mainly because the Hot Toys X-Men Origins Wolverine head sculpt is just out of date and it just needed an update real badly. So thank you 11 for stepping in and updating it for Hot Toys. It did renew my interest in this figure. So, and not only is it a good head sculpt, but you also get the cigar that you can put into his mouth, and he will hold it with ease, so that's pretty cool. I just got it resting on his base there. So next we have behind Wolverine is Frank Castle, the Punisher himself. Now this particular look is a custom look. I put him in myself. The clothes is from 16kit.com, the website. I did do a modification video, so if you guys are interested, you can check that out to see more details that I did for this look, because it's mostly all custom. The shoes are from the Wolverine figure. The M4 assault machine gun, I got that from eBay, and I custom painted a lot of bits on it myself. The barrel, the middle body of the machine gun is also painted. The laser sighting, I painted the red dot on it. And the clip does have a bullet on the top. I painted the bullet on it as well. You can check all that out on the modification video that I did for this figure. And on his base, you can see there is a New York Times newspaper that he's stepping on. Because all of Season 2 was based in New York City, in Hell's Kitchen, so that's why I decided to put the newspaper right there. And then, of course, he comes with the Daredevil helmet. So moving on, right next to him we got Deadpool from the Deadpool movie. Good old Ryan Reynolds himself. I didn't really do any modifications on him. The only thing I did do was put some grenades on his belt. So he's got one right there. And I don't know if you'll be able to see, the other one is right behind on his belt next to the katana sheaths. And of course, his speech bubbles. So I kind of like the pose that I got him in right here. I was gonna go for a crouching on his knees pose, but a little worried about the knee pads coming off, so I just have him slightly bending his knees. And then right behind Deadpool we got the die-cast Mark III Iron Man. I kit bashed this one a little bit. The head sculpt that he's got on right now is the mech tech version of Tony Stark. It is a little bit outdated, but still good. I mean, it's the only head sculpt that is from the first Iron Man movie. I wish they would update the Tony Stark look from Iron Man 1. They keep making Iron Man figures, but they need to make like a new mech tech version or regular Tony Stark version from the first movie of Iron Man. So yeah, I got the mech test head on, and the neck is from the Mark IV, and so is the collar. Alright, so moving on, guys, we'll move on to the next shelf. So the next shelf down, we have my second Marvel shelf. Starting off on the right, we have the Mark 46 Iron Man from Civil War, Captain America. Really cool figure with all the light up features and everything. Really top of the line, really cool. And then you got the base, of course, which is pretty cool too. Only problem is it takes up a lot of space, so. And it is probably the heaviest figure that I have in my collection, because it is all die cast, so. And then right next to him we got Old Man Logan, Wolverine from the movie Logan. Now, I haven't done a review on this figure. I plan to, it's just that I'm waiting on one more piece to come in the mail before I start my review. So, I wish I could do the review right away, but I gotta wait on that because it is pretty important. You guys will find out why in the near future. But as you can see, pretty cool figure. I'll give you guys a teaser of what's to come on this figure. It's not a Hot Toys figure, obviously. I believe the head sculpt is made by 11. And the clothes, the company name that makes the clothes, I believe the name is Gang Hood. So, he comes with the X-Men comic book that you see in the movie. The shoes, which are really nice, nicely weathered, nice detail, everything. The pants, everything, the whole suit, the shirt, the tie, the coat, I believe that's all made by Gang Hood. And then he also comes with the whiskey bottle, Jack Daniels. Now the trench coat that he's wearing is from the Hot Toys Wolverine, so he doesn't come with that. But I decided to put him into the pose that he had in the Logan movie when he's drinking the whiskey, leaning on a tree. I believe he was in a cemetery waiting on a passenger that he was giving a ride to in his limo. Because in the beginning of the movie he does work as a limo driver, so more to come on this figure, guys. Subscribe if you haven't, so you won't miss the future review of this figure. So next we have behind Logan is Spider-Man from the movie Spider-Man Homecoming. I'm really happy with this figure. And it's an awesome figure. It's just, the only downside is that you cannot pose this figure in extreme poses like dynamic swinging through the air type poses or anything like that, because if you leave him in those types of poses, you will damage the suit, which really sucks. So the only option you have if you want to take care of the suit on the figure is to have him in museum poses, such as this one. Just straight up and down. This is the deluxe version. It comes with the hoodie, the high school science team coat, and the vulture helmet. Everything else, I believe the headphones and the backpack and the science book, they all come with the regular version as well. But still, I recommend this figure to any Spider-Man fans or Marvel fans. I did a full review on this figure and a showcase video, so go ahead and check those out on my channel. So stick with me, guys, and we'll move on to my second Detolf shelf. Alright, so moving on to my second Detolf display cabinet. Here we have on the right the Hot Toys Back to the Future 2 Marty McFly. Really cool figure. Love the head sculpt. Love the things you could do with it. He's got another look you can have with the rainbow baseball cap. Now I modified some of him, like the shoes. I did put the Nike logos on it. They're just decals. See, you got the Nike swoosh there on the side. And again on the other shoe. And it does have the Nike Air Mag logos on his heels as well. You just can't really see them right now, but they're there. And on his hoverboard, you can see that he's got the Mattel logos on it. And on the future footwear tube, I did put the Nike logo on that as well. It's another decal. He's got two on each side. And then you got the Pepsi Perfect Pepsi bottle. That's another decal I stuck on there. And then right next to him, you have my latest addition to my collection, the John Wick figure from the movie John Wick. This figure is not Hot Toys at all. The head sculpt, again, is made by 11. I did a full review on this figure, so you guys go ahead and check that out if you want a more detailed, in-depth perspective of mine. Alright, stick with me guys and we'll move on to my next shelf. Alright, so moving on down from that shelf, we're now in the Alien and Predator shelf. I guess I would call it that. So first off, we have on the right the classic Predator figure from the movie Predators, but I customized him a little bit, his look, to make him look more like the original Predator from the Predator movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger. So he's got the bone trophies all over him, the bone necklace, the bone sash, I guess you would call it, going on one side. And then you got the spine on the back of him. And he's also got a little pouch right there on the back. Right there. And he's got the leather elbow bands. And the Predator 1 jungle base. So all that customization I did on him myself. You can't see it from this angle, but on his wrist computer I did put a touch of paint on it to make it look more real. And then we got next to him my custom version of the Hot Toys Dutch figure from the movie Predator. If you guys are subscribed to my channel, you know that I have a couple videos dedicated to the customization of this figure. It does have the M34 muscular body made by Fison, or TB League as they're known now. So, really awesome body, this one. As you can tell from the detail on the muscles. Check out my other videos. I go more in depth about this body. So next we have behind Dutch the Alien Warrior figure by Hot Toys from the movie Aliens. This figure I didn't do anything, no customization at all stock. So it's not bad. It's not a bad figure to own. It's just, I mean, the detail on it is awesome. Really good job. The look, really accurate to the movie. Great paint job. The only thing is with this figure is not very articulated. You can't put him in alien-like poses, really. And the other downside to this figure is that it's severely lacking in accessories. So I did do an in-depth review on this figure, so if you guys are interested, check that out. Alright, so stick with me guys and we'll move on to the next shelf. Okay, so moving on down from the Alien and Predator shelf, we have the Terminator 2 shelf. Starting off on the right, we have the Hot Toys T-1000 from Terminator 2 Judgment Day. This figure is a pretty old figure, but it has withstood the test of time, in my opinion, at least. This was my very first Hot Toys figure. And then on the left, we have the DX-13 battle damaged T-800 from Terminator 2. I decided to put him in the ending look of what he had when it was toward the end of the movie, when he had lost his arm. As you can see right there, you got the wires hanging from where his arm was. Alright, so moving on. Behind the T-1000 we have the MMS 117 T-800 from Terminator 2 Judgment Day. This figure I modified a lot. The grenade launcher is from the DX-10, and so is the bandolier along with the grenades. The hands, the gloved hands, those are also from the DX-10. The minigun is a Coup model minigun with the bullet belt, The duffel bag I got from eBay. I don't remember the brand or the seller, so sorry guys, I can't help you out right there. I got the duffel bag a long time ago, so I don't really remember. But I'm very happy with how the modifications turned out on this figure. There was another thing I forgot to mention, guys. As you noticed, and I think I've mentioned it once during this video, that this is a brand new Detolf display case. I had to get a new one because the figures were piling up, so I decided to accommodate them. I still do have my custom display cases that you guys saw in my last collection video, but I stored them away until I get more figures. So for the meantime, they'll be stored away. But enough about that. We'll roll on to the next shelf. Alright, so we made it to the last and final shelf of my Detolfs and the Hot Toys collection. So starting off front and center again, it's the Terminator 1 Tech Noir version T800. This one also has the M34 body. And it's slightly kit bashed as well. It's got the battle damaged T800 police shootout version trousers or pants. And it's also got the battle damaged police shootout boots. I had to get rid of the ones it had when it came all stock in the package because I wasn't really digging the khaki colored pants it had, because it wasn't really a khaki color he had in the movie. And the boots it had were way too huge. They were like Frankenstein boots basically. So I went ahead and replaced that. Alright, so moving on, we have the battle damaged T1 T800. This one is all stock, no modifications done to it. The only thing I did was add some shotgun shells to his base. Those are from the John Wick shotgun. I just put them there on the floor. They're not glued or anything. I am liking that pose though. I just put him in that pose recently. And then you got on his right and our left is the Terminator Genesis endoskeleton. Really nice figure. A big improvement on their previous Terminator 2 endoskeleton. Not to say that that one was bad. It was good on some of the design points, but with this figure it just improved on. I mean, take a look at those eyes and the head sculpt. It's just great. Really cool. With that big old weapon he's lugging around. Now, if you've seen my review, you know how much I hate this base. But I had to use it because of the pose that he's currently in. You can't really put him in that pose when he's on the human skull base. Alright, so for all of you that are interested in the Hot Toys collection, this is pretty much the end of my Hot Toys. For those of you who want to stick around, I'll show you guys my 1/12 scale collection. So that includes SH Figure Arts and at least two other brands. So stick with me if you want to see that. Alright, so next we have here is my True Force Collectibles Mega Man X 1/12 scale figure. It's the mascot of my channel. So this one's another pretty cool figure. It's got some die-cast parts. The thighs are die-cast. And the bits on the chest, the light blue parts here and here, that's die-cast. I think that's pretty much it. But yeah, really nice figure. Comes with several accessories, two different face plates, some blast effects, and a flight stand. Alright, moving on from here, we have the Mezco 1/12 Collective New York Comic Con Tiger Striped Wolverine. Now this one I just got about a week ago, maybe a week and a half. I've been meaning to do a video, at least a showcase video on it, but I just haven't gotten around to it. Really nice figure. I am a big fan of the X-Men, especially the Jim Lee version of the X-Men. I used to watch the Saturday morning cartoons on ABC. That's why I decided to go for this yellow and blue look. And the other reason I wanted this version was because of the head sculpt. I did want a unmasked Wolverine. And I know that they're coming out with a Cyclops Jim Lee version. And he is going to go well with this Wolverine. Alright, so now we're moving on to my SH Figure Arts figures. So, on the bottom, we have Ryu. But he's currently in the knockout pose. Because I kind of have him set up like in a diorama, along with Akuma here, who has just performed the Raging Demon finishing move on him. And those of you that are wondering about the kanji on his back here, it's not painted, it's just drawn, basically drawn and colored on paper, and I stuck it on him with double-sided tape, basically. So if I wanted, I could take that off him, no problem. And they're both cool figures. Both of them come with cool backdrops and fireballs. So really cool. Alright, so now we have the 2.0 Super Saiyan Vegeta, aka Super Vegeta. And at the moment I have the 2.0 Scouter Vegeta head sculpt on him. I customized him just a little bit. I added the stripes on his boots, the stripes on his armor, on the shoulder pieces there, the straps, and also on his back, as you can see. And moving on from him, in the front, we have the 2.0 Super Saiyan 2 Team Gohan, the battle damage version. Really cool figure. I got him posed up with the electrical effects. And behind him we have the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive anime accurate Super Saiyan 1 Teen Gohan. Got him posed up with the cape at the moment. And then on top of them, I have on the right the Awakening Warrior Super Saiyan Goku, but at the moment he is sporting the Super Saiyan Blue powered down head sculpt. And on the right of him, we have the 2.0 Scouter Vegeta from the Saiyan Saga. Really nice figure. I did some customization on this figure as well by painting in all the stripes on his armor. Turned out much better than what it originally was. So, I'm happy. Alright, moving on from him, we have the 2.0 Super Saiyan 3 Goku. This figure is one of my favorites. I really like it. And then after him we have the Ultimate Adult Gohan, or Mystic Gohan, performing the Masenko right now. Also not a bad figure, even though the body is the Goku mold that's been used like a million times, but still a good figure nonetheless. And he does come with that blast effect part, so there is that. Alright, so moving on, next to him we have the Super Saiyan Blue Whis Training Gi Goku. And at the moment he is sporting the Awakening Warrior Super Saiyan Goku head. And right above him, we have Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. And he's sporting the Super Vegeta head sculpt, or the Super Saiyan Vegeta head sculpt 2.0. I decided to go for the look where they were fighting in the tournament against Universe 6, when Goku and Vegeta hit for the first time. And then this is the Frieza Saga Goku. The body is, I mean, like, it's the San Diego Comic-Con Frieza Saga Goku. But he has the Super Saiyan Blue head on him right now. Shooting the Kamehameha. So, yeah. And I got that aura effect piece for him also, to make it look like he's Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken. And to the left of him, we have the Super Saiyan 1.0 body with the Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta head. I decided to make them look like they're in the Goku Black saga of Dragon Ball Super. And moving on down, here we have the Play Arts Kai Metal Gear Solid figures. On the left, we have Solid Snake himself. And on the right, we have Liquid Snake. I haven't moved these poses that they're in a while, but I can't help it. There's some pretty iconic poses that they do in the video game, so real nice. And that is the end of my collection, guys. I hope you liked it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, please subscribe. We have videos like this quite often. And hope to see you guys again. There will be more videos on the way and more figures to come, so stay tuned. Alright guys, see ya next time.